Feature Friday.
The freshest. What up, people? What's happening? Welcome to Feature Friday. Today, it is Friday, and that's the mood we're on, bro.
Yes. I do apologize if I seem a bit stiff, like I've said in other moments. I don't know. Fucking who cares? Woke up with my neck fucked.
If it's a robot, if I woke up a robot.
I can only move like this. If I look to the left or the right, my neck is...
It is gone.
But I have like a little warm thing here, so that should help. But anyways, quite fun stuff. Here's some good news. This Sunday, tune in on Feature Friday Plus at 12 p.m. UK time, because none other than Apple the AP from Black Eyed Peas has joined us on Feature Friday Plus, and that's still quite a fucking mind-boggling podcast for me to process, because it was like a full circle moment,
yeah,
especially
was.
for Walucha, because and you know, and me as well. But that was the first ever album Ballet purchased was a Black Eyed Peas album and a Laura Pausini album.
That's right.
And it was from a store that was somewhat close to the school. She's like, well, you can tell your story yourself.
Yeah, well, so it's really cool. So when I was like in 6th grade, I was like 10 probably. And my parents used to give me allowance, and the school was really close to my house.
Yep.
But there was like a CD store like round the corner from the school. I used to walk past it every day, and I always used to think, oh, I'll save the allowance money that my parents are giving me just to buy one album, just something that I bought myself, right? And those 2 albums that I ended up buying marked the whole of my decision making. That's when listening to Laura Pausini's Yo Canto and Black Eyed Peas Elefunk album was literally when I decided, yeah, this is what I want to do
for a living.
For a living. This is what I want to achieve in my life. And last night, you know,
Having a chat with
Apple was a bit like surreal. It was a little surreal.
And it was amazing how sort of... I truly hope you guys enjoy that podcast. And maybe this is the cool thing about, you guys get to see this podcast before that one, because you kind of now know more about what it means to us. You know?
I suppose, yeah.
And I guess you might put, certain stuff into perspective. But yeah, he's a fucking... What a nice guy.
He's a super dope guy, and I think everybody in the Philippines already knows.
Yeah.
like it's already been established.
And it's so good that he's involved in us anyway. So that's Feature Friday Plus.
On Sunday.
Yeah, on Sunday, 12 p.m. UK time. It will be available on all podcasting platforms as usual. iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and of course, exclusively here on YouTube.
That's right. So don't forget to tune in. I am super excited to make this one today, to dive in deeper into the whole world of altos from the Philippines.
But
yes.
Enjoy our song.
Something strange, something new, something far away from you. I'm working hard to pursue all the dreams I lost with you. Simple, straight ahead, not turning left again. I'm gonna follow what I came for. Oh, something strange, something new, far away from you. Pay the bills. Now you don't have to tell me what I have to say, what I have to do, what I have to prove to you. No, what I have to say, what I have to do, what do I have to prove to you? 'Cause I know faith can pay the bills.
Check my phone, got a call back. They just drop a text, but I never call back. Still got 80 on my wrist and a coaster. If if I got extra, I polish your colder. Hey, I'll make a song, mama. You better know it's me when you check the phone, mama. Cause if I pull up to you, soon you better come, mama. And if you don't, I change the tone, make another song, mama. Hey, you know I pull the trigger. I make it this dream big, boy, I make it bigger. I got this people on my back, I got boom killers. And I'm just trying to make a difference like me and a boom thriller. Hey, I'll make a song, mama. You better know it's me on the phone, mama. Cause if I pull up to you, soon you better come, mama. And if you don't, then I'll change the tone, make another song, mama. Repento y lamento todos mis intentos, errores, promesas, secretos. Y entiendo que mi plan complejo y yo no me comprendo. Muerto contento, pero atento con poca fe. Me pregunto, yo quiero, respondo, pero no hay adentro. Despierto, me quento y que espero completo. Entrego completo.
I'm super excited to be diving in a little bit deeper into the whole world of altos from the Philippines, because the Philippines is known for giving birth to some of the most gorgeous mezzo-sopranos and sopranos there have ever been in history. So it's really interesting to see the other side of the spectrum for female vocalists.
You might want to explain that just at the start of the podcast, in case other people like me who may not be as well versed in vocal techniques, vocal terminology. What are like the, not to make this sound like a fucking TV section of a show, but what are the, you know?
And this is the musical class with Valeska.
Listen, mate, after working on TV for so long, I can't stand it anymore. So.
Well, just to give it a brief, I know that a lot of you are aware of it, but just a brief breakdown. It's with choir formation, which is a lot of where like the roots of singing come from. You get segmented into vocal ranges and like what you're naturally more capable of doing, and where you naturally resonate. So they put you in groups. So the people that can sing the highest, the people that can sing the highest and also somewhat rich lower stuff, and then the people that only prevail at the lower range stuff. And that's from the female vocal standpoint. So you got sopranos, mezzo-sopranos, and then altos.
Being the lowest.
Being the lowest range of singers, which also emphasizes, that each range of singing, each way of singing can also amplify certain genres more than others. Like we know for sure that having a soprano that can sing ballads hits on a brand new level. Regine Velasquez, you got Celine Dion, and then the list goes on, right? So having balladeers that are sopranos just emotionally amplify the genre. And then you have mezzo-sopranos like Lea Salonga, Katrina Velarde, people that can reach incredible amounts of high notes and are really powerful. They're naturally really belty. They've got nice grounding too, because they're somewhat in the middle, and they're great for doing contemporary style stuff. So somewhere in between pop and lyrical singing. And then you've got altos that are known for being super soulful, having that grounding that is rare in female vocal colors, and something that you can really delve into is really luxurious. It sounds indulgent, like Tina Turner,
expensive.
Like Tina Turner. You got Whitney Houston,
Jaya,
indeed. So you got names that provide that soulfulness to it all. So I'm really, really excited to dive deeper into the Filipino side of things, because I find that the Philippines was God's favorite. When he was creating the world, he was like, the Philippines, I'm gonna love you more than the rest of the world.
Yeah, so this is only very interesting. We chose singers that maybe we haven't checked out as much on the channel.
Some familiar names and some brand new for us.
I'm sure you guys will notice by the title.
Yeah.
But certainly some brand new ones, some artists that crazy to say, but that we're somewhat friends with and we know now, and we like to dive deeper in their work. So, I think that the first singer that we'll be checking out is Aicelle Santos, who we've checked out, I think, one piece of work before.
Yeah.
But this is on stages sessions, and it's a Paula Cole cover of "I Don't Wanna Wait."
I love this setting because it's acoustic, it's live, it's raw, and I think we watched Nina singing "Someday" in this setting, and I was absolutely mind blown because it's like a library type thing, and people are like sitting in like random places. It's really nice. I really like this
environment.
Yeah, it's really what is it called? Intimate,
cozy.
Yeah.
Uy, nice kong batiin yung Rock of Ages peeps. Headed by the very talented Mike Salomon. Kim Molina, Popper.
Kim Molina was there.
And Paing. Salamat. Meron pa bang...
She's gorgeous.
Of course, Cap Sweet is here of the company.
The company was there, wow.
Pepe, hindi ko makita si Pepe. Ayun si Pepe. Oh, palakpakan natin si Pepe. Tito Bam, of course. Alright.
She naturally has a really resonant speaking voice. Yeah.
I love voices like those. I'm gonna enjoy this podcast so much.
Open up your morning light, say a little prayer for us. You know that if we are to stay alive, see the peace in every eye.
See what I mean? It's just rich.
It's expensive.
Indulgent. It's like when you get chocolate fondant, but it's done.
Fondant.
But okay.
Chocolate fondant.
Alright, but it's made with like the most expensive Swiss dark chocolate.
Yes, with Swiss chocolate fondant.
Freaking hell.
I love that word.
Why are
it's
you
one
so
of those words.
goofy,
It's very
bro?
flamboyant. Fondant. You know. Also, you have another one. Ganache. That's another one. There you go. And they're all to do with food, isn't it? Swiss chocolate fondant ganache. It's very flamboyant.
You're so random. I wonder what goes on in your head half the time.
I wonder what's fucked with my neck.
Great question. Gorgeous.
Insane level of comfort in that bloody stage.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
6 months, 1 spring. Ain't no 44.
Absolutely stunning stuff.
Every time going, every heart still what you thought it was gone. Calling love.
It's so warm.
Oh, his son grew to know his father.
Yeah.
I don't wanna wait for my life to be over. I want to know right now what would it be. I don't wanna wait for my life to be over. Will it be yes, so will it be? Sorry.
Her mouth modulation is gorgeous too. It's also something really prominent from altos. Their mouth modulation, it's really prominent. It tends to be more warmth forward. So they use their lips to create more warmth in the melody of singing.
How do you create warmth without darkening things?
Yeah, mouth modulation. So it's all bringing your lips forward. So sounds that, like vowels that are naturally more open, like an ah, you would round them up at the front with that ah sound. So without darkening or changing the actual sound of the vowel, you are actually creating a lot more warmth because you're narrowing the exit.
Right.
Of the sound.
Because I remember we've seen a lot of singers that darken vowels right at the end, but it doesn't sound warm. It sounds dark. Mm-hmm. But if you close it off, but you don't,
you create a narrow space.
Let's say if you narrow it off,
yeah.
That's how you make it warmer.
That's right. You don't need to change the modulation of the vowel itself. Actually, a lot of people have really they're against that approach.
Okay.
Because why would you change the sound of the vowel? Why would you change the modulation of the vowel? Yeah. So when you can just simply modulate with your lips, but I think it's a very
individual journey.
Yeah, I think it comes down to the genre as well, whatever you're singing. Like, it's really cool to hear it in alternative music when you have vocalists that are natural altos and they darken certain vowels in alternative music. Sounds really cool. And I think from the sound aesthetic perspective, like for artistic purposes, it's really dope.
Right.
But in this case, where it's such a purist art form, her modulation is pretty textbook. It's the lips forward is the creating of that soul sound, right?
He showed up always.
See, it's naturally even more prominent here.
We're
lipping.
And she's not changing the sound of the vowels.
There's the time still, it's so hard to reach it.
Good take, an acoustic take.
It's a beautiful song.
So you're looking me from across the room. You're wearing your image again.
Nice. It's beautifully mixed too, isn't it?
I know the feeling. It sucks you to the joy of anger. Oh, so take a little more deeply. All we have is this very moment.
It's fantastic.
And I don't want to do what his father did. I want to be enough.
Even you see that now it was all now here. It didn't even come out like a normal now sound. So it's cool because if you're listening to it and you're not paying attention to the vocal, the mouth modulation, it sounds proper. It sounds like the diction is not changed. Which is it's a difficult technique. It's easier to darken the vowels, change the modulation of the sound itself, to adhere to the soulfulness of the track itself. But
certainly the harder path.
Indeed, the more intellectual, technical forward path for sure. Safer.
True.
Safer for vocal health.
Okay.
Look your morning light. Know that if we are to stay alive, see the peace in every eye. I don't wanna wait for our lives to be over. I want to know right now, won't it be? 'Cause I don't wanna wait for our lives to be over. Will it be? Yes, so will it be?
vibes is so beautiful. Oh, she's magical, man.
See the love in every eye.
Class.
Absolutely magical.
Yeah, woohoo
yeah.
indeed.
Absolutely stunning.
Oh, the ending is.
It's really wonderful. Like the whole, she really is magical. The
Cool
way
environment,
it's just a really cool. It's very, what is it called? Very intimate, and I love that.
Cozy,
it's
yeah.
cozy, and it's like face to face with the people.
Can anyone like go in? Because it looked like a kind of like a cafe type of thing.
I think so. I don't know what it worked. I don't know
Can you
how it
imagine
works.
just going into a cafe and then you get a caliber of a singer like this?
Oh yeah, apparently this is a normal day in the Philippines.
Yeah, it seems so. It seems so. I'll see if I can see like this.
Okay.
Does it look
Oh,
weird?
bro.
Just come move.
Oh, I hope
Come
you
over,
feel
and
better
I have to like look on my eyes like that. I'm like, yeah, I think this is fun.
Okay.
Does it look funny?
Yes.
Oh, what if I do this?
Totally relaxed. Yes.
Trick I learned back in the days.
For what?
I don't know, when I was trying to, well, because I used to get like, say it was like, I was like 13, like, just, I don't know, people would make me nervous. Because I couldn't really speak English.
Fair enough.
So I learned the trick. If you lay back, you put your arms around something, everyone thinks you're like fucking chilled.
It's like,
But inside, I'm like, oh my god, how do I say may I go to the bathroom? You know? Yeah. So right now, I'm utilizing that same skill I learned from the past to hide pain and suffering.
yet another wonderful skill.
Okay, another artist that we've obviously enjoyed her work a lot and had a fantastic podcast with her. It was amazing to get to see the mind behind such
Artistry.
voice.
Yeah, such
It's
artist.
Jaya, and she's actually just released a project not too long ago on the Wish Bus called Hallelujah to the One. Mm-hmm. Which I think it might be like a worship song.
It is,
something like that.
yeah.
So let's give it a watch. And I think that she did actually record this in America.
No,
was this
she
in the-
recorded this before she left for America.
Ah, there you
So
go.
just a few weeks before she left, and they released it once she had already been in America.
The
So
US.
that-
okay.
yeah.
Let's give it a watch.
Let's have a look.
It's good to see recent work as well.
Oh, definitely.
I know a lot of you guys liked us to check out the past, some of her past work.
I just find she's unmatched.
Yep.
New, old, whatever it is.
Everyone left, you still remain. For your lost forever, unending grace.
Oh, she's unmatched.
Not worthy of your warm embrace. Your love is forgiving of our mistakes.
Girl.
So your name we lift on high. You alone we glorify.
You know, this song might fix my neck.
Fantastic sound.
To the one who sent his son.
Oh, it's perfect.
That we may be saved.
Let's talk about the incredible, fantastic, subtle choices that we're hearing here. They are rich, they are subtle, and they are settled as well, which is something that you don't get. And these are things that come with time. These are things that only because you understand what you're capable of doing, that you're able to modify them and adjust them to your own way of singing. she's going from a half falsetto into a full fold, but never really fully closing on that full fold, but it's giving you a very grounded sound right off the bat. So in the lower range of stuff, she is really well grounded, and she's got so much depth throughout the whole sound, right? She's got that understanding of layering and dynamics, and when the chorus comes about, it's a natural progression of just thought development, rather than a vocal display, which is, I think, is obviously aligned with the piece itself. Like a worship song, it needs a lot of retrospective thinking.
Well, we were discussing that before. I mean, there's something certainly peculiar about sort of more religious inclined pieces from all around the world, regardless of what religion it is, and they all seem to have that in common, that they are, moments of reflection, moments of to look inwards, and attempt to connect to a divine power, whichever it may be you believe on. But one of the things that they have in common is that they the choices that we decide that are made are usually choices that are the lesser, and not the ones in which they turn into a showcase of things, more of a retraction to amplify and enhance the senses.
That's right.
Into reflective states.
Absolutely.
Take it and receive our offering. Our lives we surrender to you.
You see full fold body there.
So your name we lift on high.
Oh, it's just so good. I love this woman. It makes you want to sing along.
Nice chord progression.
Oh, it's fantastic. Oh my goodness, that's freaking fabulous.
Nice.
Oh my god. Woo! Oh goodness! Freaking beautiful.
Ah, bitches. Hey, scratchy.
Oh yes! It is fantastic.
Different league, dude.
Goodness gracious.
Ah. Different league.
Man, brilliant. That was absolutely freaking brilliant. There is beauty in worship, right? And everybody knows it. But in any type of worship, there is beauty in it. But when you've taken a worship song that originally has a style that is known for sounding a specific way,
Is this like a very well known sort of? Song?
It is a. I think it's popular. I've never heard it before. But there's definitely a reimagined situation here. I don't think this song was originally as soulful as we just heard it.
Oh no, most likely not.
These are artistic interpretations that have really enhanced the worship experience along the way, right? As well as the vocal.
I'd love her to be involved.
Freaking wonders.
I'd love her to do a bit of a gospel actually with the choir. That would be crazy.
Wouldn't that be
make you
absolutely
cry
fantastic?
and you wouldn't even know why you're crying.
I think Jaya needs to drop a gospel album. You know, out here wishing.
Well, she's in the US. She's in the US at the moment, and some of the best gospel choirs in the world. Apologies.
That's alright.
In the US.
That's right.
Without
that's
a
right.
doubt. You know.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's a beautiful thing to be engulfed in an art form that allows you to connect with a higher power in such an open way, and you can really see that true connection just free flowing from her being from the art into the being, and it's fantastic. I think. Listen, I'm a huge fan of her work. I'm a huge fan of her as a person, and I would love to check out more of her stuff. Definitely more live performances, and I'm really excited for what the future holds.
Certainly cool that, because that you know, that performance seemed more like she was provided with a song in which she can then also make her playground. He can experiment. He can do. She can make choices and artistic liberties. Take artistic liberties.
Yeah.
Also, you know, with the connection of a I guess much more important matter than just vocal showcases. But it's really, I think, important for fans and I guess listeners like us to see that a singer, regardless of the length of their career, they still seem to be enjoying being in the playground of singing.
That's right.
Because that's literally the only thing that you can hope for an artist when they've achieved the heights of hers, is that regardless of the business side of things and regardless of the industry taking its toll on things and you making personal realizations of the past and the present that affect your future, it's that you can still maintain the love for the craft and the love for music.
That's right.
And it seems, not only from having the lovely opportunity, and I know you keep in touch with her, but it seems also through work that that's true, and there's nothing more refreshing and encouraging, because
then being able to see that
gives you
unfold.
hope for more.
Yeah, it really you see that the art goes beyond anything else, or before anything else.
And you don't want your idols to make music
themselves.
Because they have to.
You
want your idols and your favorite singers to make music because they genuinely love to do so. Because
it's an extension of themselves and not a responsibility any longer. It's fantastic.
Huge, like tons of admiration for that woman.
Incredible respect. My admiration and respect for her always grows.
I think her daughter is like picking up the drum key. One of you guys sent me like a video of her playing, and then I press like on the video.
She's super talented. She plays the guitar too, and she can sing.
Really?
Yeah,
good on them. Good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, so now moving on to a brand new name for us. This is Joey Albert and her performance of
Joey
Tell
or
Me.
Joe?
Isn't it Joey?
Well, if it was Joe, wouldn't it be without the Y? If it's with the Y, wouldn't it be Joey?
That's what I said, Joey Albert.
Really? I thought you said Joe.
Oh, maybe I did.
You did say Joe, yeah.
I don't know, I really don't know, but it's Joey.
Paleanos, calamaris.
Eat slugs. So this is Tell Me.
Diagonally.
Ephraim, move on.
Pala's been watching lots of Harry Potter.
Yes, I have. Okay, and I've discovered brand new punchlines. I love those movies. I watch them every year.
Look, this is how you know you live in the UK. They play Harry Potter
in the cinema. Yeah.
That movie came out like 10 fucking years ago. The last one.
The last one, yes. But you know, the first movie just had its 20th year anniversary.
Oh, you know what it is as well?
and
There's-
so they were celebrating.
No, you know what it is as well.
What do you
There's
say?
also a new show, a
What?
theatre show,
What show?
a Harry Potter theatre show.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's new and it's a story that hasn't been shared before.
Oh.
It's called like The Child or something.
What?
Yeah, I was in London. Well, I live in London. But I was walking around. I was walking around and like some of the I was around the area where you get like.
Oh, the West End. You were around the West End.
That's it. That's English. And I was around there, and there was huge queues and lots of people wearing merchandise of Harry Potter. And I thought, oh well, just London things, I guess.
Just London.
But no, it was
No.
above London.
Oh.
It was Hogwarts. It was just fucking Dumbledore after Dumbledore looking motherfuckers just in a line, and
Right.
I was like, oh, what is this? And then they pointed to me towards the sign,
Oh, the sign.
and the sign said something like that, like the child or something, like Harry Potter, the child of the born or something like that. Yeah. Apologies, I don't know. I don't pay attention, but I
Fair
thought it
enough.
was. It had enough detail, this story, to share. You know, God, my neck is screwed, dude. God help me. I'm so worried. This is not water. These are tears of pain and suffering mixed with wine.
All right, so this is Joey Albert on Mix in her performance of Tell Me.
Tell me. Tell me why my neck hurts.
You need to take a chill pill, bro. Oh, okay.
Got the old school TV.
When I get tempted to cry, and I wonder why you had to leave me. Why did it have to end so soon?
Wouldn't this be?
When you said that you would never leave me.
Nice.
I think we're hearing an alto on a mezzo soprano range.
I was about to say, wouldn't this be like what would you call it?
Mezzo soprano.
But she also has
I
alto
think
qualities.
This is an alto who is singing on a mezzo soprano range.
Ah.
So I see why this was suggested, because you have there she naturally gravitates towards the lower end of things, and you can hear it really clear in the vocalization of certain choices. But the song is composed for a mezzo or in a mezzo range. So you're talking about huge flexibility and
So you can so it's
expertise of the larynx.
a good example that I guess you can do many things
Yeah,
regardless of what
you're-
your natural predisposition may be.
Absolutely, you that's the beauty about singing. You can always nurture it. You can always work towards it because there are muscles. At the end of the day, you work them out.
Right.
So you can work towards a higher range or a lower range. You can always. You're never boxed, really.
Right.
And I think that's the beauty of it. Of course, there's a moment where you
There's caps, yeah. there's limits.
reach a limit, but there's always the opportunity to keep exploring in the in-betweens, and this is a great example of
But
that.
if you think you've hit your limit, you're probably wrong. It's a good way to judge it.
Yes, I totally agree.
Bless you.
I'm so sorry.
Where did I go wrong? What did I do?
You see, you by the pulling back.
Your mind completely when I thought this love would never end.
Whoa,
See, those
nice.
choices are really cool.
But this love's not ours to have. I'll let it go.
Very thin full setting right towards the end.
Whoa, that's so nice.
Absolutely stunning. I want to hear her lower range stuff now. Props to everybody involved in the production. There we go.
It had to end so soon.
Do you hear the body?
When you said that you would never leave me.
You also hear the growth in confidence in the vocal expertise
When
of
it's
things.
fuller.
It's fuller. It like sinks into her
Right.
rather than the delicate, really refined choices at the beginning. Also a flatter tongue, not so much of a slide tongue,
Right.
which means that there's less effort being exerted.
Ah, I see.
Where did I go wrong? What did I do to make you change?
You see thinner fold.
Completely when I go.
Yeah, we love this.
But give this love not ours to have. Let it go
Oh, that's beautiful.
with you.
She's awesome.
Fantastic.
Goodbye.
Oh, she's got a beautiful modulation. Que son, Siri?
Someone there had our surname. Herrera.
Oh, that's beautiful.
2002, wow.
2002? Wow,
I like
what
her.
a time to be alive.
So it would be pronounced Joey Albert, I think.
Joey.
I
I
think.
think it's Joey.
I'm not too sure. God, I don't know how to say it so I can look. I sit this way. I do apologize, guys. I don't know if this is annoying to see. Something that I think is very cool and probably makes deserves a lot of credit for this is that it does allow those environments for like that kind of emptiness and obviously it is an outro, so I guess that's kind of what you look for.
Well, no, usually you want to end with a bang.
Well, it depends what singer you have.
It depends.
So I guess if you have a singer like this and the piece, you
send
kinda-
them home with like serenity and peace.
Yeah, I guess what a good show does is whichever singer and decision you decide to go for, you amplify whatever choice they decided to make,
That's right.
and you allow them. It's like giving the right pair of shoes to the right athlete. But you would give studs to a footballer, not to a baseball player.
Yeah.
And yes, maybe maybe baseball is not as entertaining as football. Football is not as entertaining as baseball, whatever your decision is. But you want to try and give them the equipment that would make them play their best, regardless of which athlete you decided to showcase.
Of course, you
I
want
think
to
that's
highlight.
a way complex analogy.
It's like you want to highlight what the artist or the athlete's best qualities are.
Forget about my analogy. I think my pain is delusion. It's causing conflict
Hallucinations in your
in
brain.
my mind.
Yeah, I would think
The
so.
concoction of thoughts I have right now. It's beyond belief.
I believe
Right now,
you.
I see a flamingo dancing in a disco room.
And you know what? That's
With a
on Disco
hippopotamus.
Ball. Nice, Ephra. Well done. I'm happy for you.
Well, a monkey, it's nuts. Who is nuts? Chipmunks.
No, what?
Yeah, nuts are not eaten by monkeys.
Okay.
Mainly apes, chimpanzees and stuff. No, sorry, chipmunks. Yeah, chipmunks eat nuts. Monkeys eat bananas. Or as they call them, back home, cambur.
Why is that funny?
I don't know.
Why is that funny? I don't get
Cambur.
it.
I wonder what you
Cambur.
call. What do you call bananas in the Philippines? Bananas. No, I bet they call them cambur as well. I'm gonna put some money on that. How much is quite a bit of money, but not enough to make me broke. 5 pesos.
5 pesos. I'll put 5 pesos in there.
Yeah, if I am correct, you all have to give me 5 pesos. But if I am incorrect, I would run away.
I said about-
Evade pain.
Listen, now we have another brand new name in our list. This is Odette Quesada and her performance of To Love Again live on the Wish bus. Really looking forward to this. We've had a plethora of different colors and ranges of altos in different flexibilities and sounds and aesthetics. And I think that's why I was so excited about doing a podcast like this.
Yeah, it's very
so my anticipation is high, and I am super excited to
Especially
see
when we
this.
listen to new voices and stuff.
Yeah.
New artists.
I get so excited.
Can I ask before we go? All females,
Yes.
because alto is the lowest female
Range for a
range.
female voice. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
That's a beautiful guitar. Oh, that's a great arpeggio.
Full band? Oh no.
Radio's fine.
Ooh!
It helps me forget for a while.
Ooh, what a woman.
Wish
1075.
Look back and recall those days I had with you. Sometimes I need a friend.
Wow,
just
that's
to
beautiful,
make
man.
it through another day spent without you.
Oh, what a song!
Oh, what a singer. Ah, and then again, you have a very soulful voice, giving you none of the soul. You know, like in the
This is acoustic.
because it's acoustic, yeah. So and it's not gospel, it's not like R&B or like rhythm and blues proper. She's giving you acoustic singer songwriter heart,
Yeah.
but with a really grounded, super full alto resonance. It's like a dream
Rare,
come
right?
true. It is rare. It's rare, but it's so well done.
Who else?
I don't know many singer-songwriters that do that in this style.
Odd.
I don't.
Yeah, I think this might be some of the first I think I've ever heard on a female.
I don't know. I'm also thinking of like Carole King.
I'm also thinking of new era Miley Cyrus. She basically turned herself into well, she was always an alto, I guess.
No, she was like a mezzo soprano when she was younger, and then
She turned herself into a mezzo, into a
now alto.
alto.
Yeah,
surgery
yeah.
and lots of drinking. But yeah, but I can't think. But
That's on the
she
drink.
did. I guess she did.
Maybe Adele.
Not acoustic though. She does have some acoustic pieces.
I suppose. But
Fuck,
not.
this is weird, isn't it?
That is weird.
You can literally count them with your like both hands and maybe your toes if you.
What? Efra, are you okay, baby?
Right.
Okay.
How are you?
I don't know. It's just-
Heavily in pain. How are you?
Okay. I can tell, like, your brain is really nuts.
I'm having fun though. It's very odd when you can't move your neck.
I know, yes. The more you tense,
Oh, okay.
the worse the
sorry.
pain is gonna get. You're gonna, like, eventually you start moving slowly. Yeah.
Oh, and this music would allow me to.
Says with tears in his eyes.
This is so good. This is so good.
Oh, you gave me all the reasons
Love a cajon here.
to live.
Oh, Jesus.
Very subtle. I love a subtle.
Then you had to go.
I'm excited.
And I just gotta let you know.
Oh, I love how he looks at her. That's immaculate.
Just to make it through
You must be good mates.
another day spent without you.
Ooh, nice.
And I don't wanna go on pretending
Oh, that's beautiful.
that it's gonna be a happy ending if I should love again once I've learned to love again.
Wow, what a decision. What
He's
choices.
a gorgeous singer.
And no,
Ah, mother likes it.
it'll never be the same without you, baby.
Oh, I love it.
This pain inside me is driving me crazy, 'cause it's hard to love again.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
Friends
Nice, nice.
Love the camera work. It's fantastic.
Dude,
Dude, I'm obsessed. I love this.
Very
I
cinematic.
love
I
her.
thought you were gonna finish it short, but
So did
yeah,
I.
very good.
I also really freaking adore their communication, like how they look at each other. He's like, I don't want Romeo and Juliet. I want somebody to look at me that nice. That is beautiful.
What is his name? What is the name of the guitarist?
don't
You
know.
Maybe scroll down.
Scroll down.
Seasoned singer, songwriter Odette Quesada performs one of her timeless hits, "To Love Again." Why have I heard this song before?
I don't know.
Featuring Top Susara on guitar. Is that how you say it? So I can't get closer. I can try
Yeah,
that.
Top
Susara. Oh, Top Susara. What a absolute...
Quesada delivers an acoustic rendition of
His
the
song.
song she penned about what it feels like to part ways with someone you love.
Painful and... you can
Painful
press show more,
and-
mate. I can show you what we're reading here.
Painful and heartbreaking. The kind of experience that makes it hard for you to love another again.
Wow.
Wow.
Have you ever gone through something like that, mother?
No.
No, actually, no. Funny thing about mum, your first ever love ended up being father.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my one and my only.
Okay.
Your one and only.
Yes,
Oh.
Right.
just
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
just him.
Can I ask you a
Yeah,
question?
yeah.
So, because your life was so sort of an anomaly that you know, it's very rare that someone the first person you fall in love with ends up
Ends up
being
being the rest of
the
your
father
life.
of your children and the person you still love to this day.
Yeah.
Do you find it difficult to relate to other songs that speak about like this, like
Heartbreak.
heartbreak and losing someone you love? Do you find it difficult to relate to that, or do you just
Well, it's not my experience, but I can understand what it could be
right?
because when you're in love and you imagine that you lose that person,
Like your worst
it have
nightmare.
To be, it have to be really hard. So I imagine that, so I can understand when somebody is heartbroken.
Right.
Because being in love, you know what it means
To lose somebody.
To lose somebody. I think, I don't know, because
Right,
I've
right.
never been there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but because I was just asking because I wonder if I was just looking at certain psychology literature which suggested that I mean this is I guess obvious to many people that you kind of especially music the music you seem to like the most and both lyrically speaking are those in which have the most relatability to you. So I don't know, perhaps to you, mother, the songs that talk more about love and
About
fulfillment
love,
and not heartbreak or darkness, but love and happiness and fulfillment, family, maybe the ones
resonate with you the most.
Yeah.
maybe some of your favorite songs.
yes, I'm a romantic person, so
Yeah, no wonder.
I like all kind of love story, and I know that sometimes love stories have a really sad ending.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a romantic person. So.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's just
But it
That was a
doesn't
good moment.
relate to me.
Yeah.
But I think that the heartbroken songs are more like, I don't know, are more intense than the love one, because when you're in love, everything is beautiful.
and smooth.
Yeah.
Smooth and perfect, and when you're heartbroken, it's like deep. So
Yeah.
you need really deep words to express what you're feeling. So
Yeah.
You're in so much pain that perhaps words can't even. You have to find the right word to try and explain such feeling of suffering and angst and.
exactly.
Yeah.
So they're more intense.
Okay. Anyways, I love you, mum.
Thank you for your beautiful input, the mother. It's always welcome.
Okay.
When the day is done, my mind is back
You see how he looks at her? I can't.
It's a great harmonizer.
I need a friend
Harmonizer. I
just to
don't know.
make it through another day spent without you. And I don't wanna go on pretending
What a beautiful
that
song.
it's gonna be a happy ending if I should love again once I've learned to love again. It's hard to love
These are chords.
again.
No, it's so open.
It's an open. It's the you without you. It's so weird.
Wish Closet on Wish 1075.
Fantastic! What a great relationship. Like, the friendship there was absolutely immaculate.
Maybe they've worked together for a long time.
I would think so. I think that admiration in his eyes didn't come from a blank moment. Like, it's not acted. That is absolutely wonderful. I am an absolute fan of Odette Quesada. She's got some incredible depth. Some really nice, sophisticated choices as well. This is a treat. This is a treat, brother. This is such a beautiful way of like delving into that whole spectrum of female singers.
So she was actually in I think it's like a show. That's how she kind of broke through, it says here. Odette Quesada first gained fame when she won second place at the 1982 Metro Manila Pop Music Festival with the song Give Me a Chance, as performed by Rick Segreto.
Okay.
The following year in 83, she won it. She got the first place singing Till I Met You. And then, how crazy is that? What a story.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
1983.
But hell, yes.
Wow.
To be fair, she hasn't really changed. Yeah, literally, the only thing that's changed is she's got a haircut. But look, I'm telling you.
Oh no, that's actually correct.
Yeah, I'm not joking.
Wow.
How crazy is that? And she had a vinyl called Hopeless Romantic. That's just like mother.
That is so cool, man. This is absolutely wonderful. I love this stuff. I love this.
I have to say, one of my favorite voices in the world are not, some of my favorite voices in the world, especially females, are not the ones that seem to impress the most. I've said this before. In terms of power vocalists, those are not my favorite. If you look at my playlist and you look at the people that we usually do seem to have in common and we listen to the most, are not the Mariah Careys of the world, are not the world, are not Celine Dion. I guess Regine has kind of been, for the first time in my life, a singer that she is predominantly known as a power vocalist, but because I guess she has really mastered the realm of singing and has to experiment, because as you grow older and things change, like I didn't know that when you're pregnant things change in your voice, your body changes with years and you have to adapt and learn different things, and she's truly a student of the game. So she's perhaps in that sense, she's one of the, I guess, power vocalists that we're listening to the most in the last 2 years. But the ones that capture my attention the most are altos, and hence why this was a podcast. I think that I was very happy to hear that once I shared the idea, that came to me one of these days, that you guys were like, yeah, it's a great thing to do, because these are my favorite voices, not kind of pop power vocalist stuff.
I think there is a lot of depth that you can garner, like from an alto. There's soul, there's body, there's a natural resonance, and those are things that really just hit on the human chords really easily. And given the pedigree of singing of the Philippines, I knew that we were about to see something that was absolutely unprecedented.
Clean.
Yeah, because you're seeing different, like I said earlier, you're seeing different layers of what an alto is capable of doing. And I think that's what a lot of people misunderstand, right? So, like, the idea of being a soprano has been so idealized. It's been something that so really sought after.
It's only rewarded in the industry.
Absolutely. It's a rarity, so therefore we make it exotic. It's an exotic thing to have. It's a rare skill set. But what's impressive to me is that when you're an alto, you possess the capabilities of doing so much that people kind of like don't give it enough credit in the industry, and those are the voices that kind of get put in boxes, and like they
You can only sing this genre.
like
I guess.
they get this certain amount of limits, and you're like, listen, that's not it. And I as I have been experiencing with because I'm a mezzo soprano, but experiencing on the darker, like on the lower range of music and my singing.
Yeah.
I've experienced a lot of it's a fascinating journey to understand what altos are truly capable of doing.
See.
So I became a fan of the way of singing.
What's loud about singing? She's
She's a soprano.
Right.
Yeah, she's a soprano. Yeah. She really is. And then again, those are the gifted vocalists that people...
But like Olga Tañón, alto.
She's an alto. Freaking bang on. Power. Freaking house.
Who else that maybe marked you a lot? I guess
Olga
Nelly
Tañón.
Furtado. She's a mezzo soprano.
Also, yeah, you would say mezzo soprano, yeah.
She does so much pop, it's hard to tell.
Mezzo. Normally, a lot of like Britney
Pop
Spears, mezzo soprano.
Yeah.
Christina Aguilera. She has one of those weird voices, which is like she's an alto, but she can do so much.
Yeah. Well, in terms of altos, God.
Oh, happy.
Sorry, I'm fine. Someone that you guys were very happy that we checked out further, and I'm very interested to see her, perhaps in different environments, is Jessa Zaragoza. And
She's awesome.
You know what's funny? Press that video.
Yep.
I thought it was Jada, dude.
They're identical,
What
aren't
the
they?
f-
Aren't
like,
they carbon copy of
It
each
was
other?
bizarre. And then a video,
Yeah.
you guys sent me a video not long ago of like Jada, because for some reason, in the Philippines, it's like if you can sing and you go to a show, or maybe you're there because they're interviewing you and stuff.
Yeah.
And then your mom is famous or something. Then it's like,
They make you sing their songs.
Yeah, do you sing? What's your favorite what's your mother's favorite song? And then I think Jada was like this one, Bakit Pa. I said, I'm gonna give it a try. And then all of a sudden she just breaks into song. She's with what's the name of Darren. She was with him in the interview. And then even Darren's just like, because he's a talented motherfucker too, so he's just looking at her.
Oh my god!
So
breaks into song randomly.
mental, and that's just so crazy that shows put you in the spotlight like, in the
They
Philippines.
do.
That's mental.
Yeah, there are really high expectations. Yeah.
That's because
Yeah.
we always say that word, the pedigree, but also just the expectations are
The
a different level.
expectations are so high.
And that's kind of also what seems to sell too,
That's right.
you are a singer through and through.
I know, and that in the land of adversity, like when you get put under this really high pressure environments, you're able to deliver.
Yeah.
Those are the moments that really mark the Filipino audience.
You tell me.
That's
It's
like watching Jada, isn't it?
It's as if she was Jada's mother.
As if. Anyways, this song became super popular in the Philippines, but I thought we had seen this performance before. Not this specific performance, but
The song.
the song sung by her before. But my brain was fooled. We had seen JR do a cover of this that also went viral globally.
Did he do it R&B? I remember.
Yeah, he did an R&B cover of this, and everybody went like nuts, right? So, so this is the original track.
Right.
But you see how cool it is when you have an alto sing, and male singers can also jump on the
Right.
trend.
Oh, camera works and everything. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Different angles.
Then he's a turno. Online songwriting contest. How cool.
Parang di ko yata kaya pag sa buhay ko'y wala ka.
I love her voice.
Anhin ng pag-ibig kung puso ay nag-iisa. Sinong aking tatawagin? Sinong aking hahanapin?
How cool is she?
Impressive, eh?
How cool is she?
Pupuno sa aking paglalambing.
See, she's one of those artists that have got that really nice, cool modulation where you darken certain sounds and you don't change the sound of the vowel itself, but you're darkening the sound around it.
Yeah.
And she got that really nice tilted forward larynx, so it sounds really soulful. Oh, it's so full. It's so wonderful to watch.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Bakit ka pa nakita? Bakit pa nakilala? Kung ang puso ko
Her eyes are so beautiful.
walang at sa
freaking facial structure is so gorgeous, isn't it? I'm like totally hypnotized by her. I love this
Certainly
woman.
good genes.
Beautiful.
Sinong aking tatawagin? Sinong aking hahanapin? Sino ang mapupuno sa aking paglalambing? Bakit ka pa nakita? Bakit pa nakilala? Kung ang puso ko ay iiwan mo lang at sasaktan. Kung siya'y higit sa akin, naroon man ang pagdaramdam, ito ay aking kakayanin.
Yeah.
Ooh, that has a bit of a. I could turn that shit into a funk any day.
Oh, she's so beautiful.
Kung siya'y higit sa akin, naroon man ang pagdaramdam, ito aking kakayanin.
What are those? Like glottals? Is that
Oh
what you-
yeah,
is that what you're
there
saying?
are. Yes, but the glottals here are actually quite subtle. What you're hearing that sounds like a glottal,
Yeah.
it's actually the tilting of the larynx. So she really tilts her larynx forward, creating even more soul in her singing. That soulful sound that you're hearing, and that gives that edge to the whole attractiveness and
This shit could
soulfulness
turn
to it all.
funky if they wanted to.
It's really about the tilting of the larynx. So her larynx are set in a natural position. She's really comfortable, but in that position, she's building down to set the grounding. So she's really well grounded. So there's a lot of resonance, but she also, not settled with that, she also tilts her the top of her larynx forward. This mobile part tilts forward. It doesn't tilt upwards and forward, which is what you hear often in classical singing.
Right.
But she maintained the tilting forward in that natural range of hers, so creating this really cool soulfulness to the sound. And it's her default setting. She liked to sing this way naturally.
I see.
Which it gives a lot of emotion. It gives a lot of resonance. It gives a lot of a distinct, unique sound that it would become the Jessa Zaragoza sound. Like it's a staple thing. Tina Turner was known to do that. And he became the Tina sound.
Right.
So what it does is like the tilting of the larynx really amplifies the natural qualities of the alto singer. You hear it also in sopranos, but when they tilt the larynx forward, what happens is that it tends to lean more towards the classical sound, given the fact that they're so lifted. So it creates more space in the soft palate, and in this case, because it's such a natural setting, there's no need for extra effort on creating and lifting of the soft palate. There's no effort to be exerted from the anchoring of the back or anything like that. Up to this point, I don't know.
Maybe in the
there's
climax
always
is
a
coming up,
climax.
right?
Yeah, there's always a climax. But up to this point, it's a very easy delivery for her. So the tilting of the larynx becomes a second nature type of technique adjustment that perhaps she learned really early on in her life, and it maintained itself in her career.
Right.
Yeah. It's beautiful. She's such a performer. I love it.
so full. Sound is so full.
Oh, how beautiful is that? It's a gorgeous song as well, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I wonder what this was then. It was like an online
Grand
thing.
Finals. Live version. Vinny ei Saturno. He ate that.
We see the comments of that?
Sure, no problem.
Or maybe like the description or something.
So, Jessa Zaragoza live
Performs
performs
live.
her hit Bakit Pa from the
Arranger was Bobby Velasco.
He does all the cool arrangements, doesn't he? He's a genius, bro.
I see.
He has all the coolest of the freaking coolest.
Well, that's a good performance, dude.
Oh, that's a great performance.
That's a very good performance. And I hope like this is as enjoyable to us as it is to you guys. And I know obviously a lot of you guys are familiar with her work, and you know a lot of these singers' work. Some of you are also like us, discovering new faces and new voices. It's super refreshing to see so many people from, not refreshing, but mind-boggling, because it's always happened, it seems. But it seems to be happening even more with the podcast, especially. People from all over the world tuning in, and from different, regardless of what their music taste is, and they're giving us the opportunity to not only, I guess, present them to new music, but they also recommend things, and regardless of what industry it is or what part of the world it is, the same people always come around, and I try and really keep an eye. It's hard to memorize usernames and stuff.
The wild thing to me, it's the fact that people from around the world that has never been exposed to any of these artists before, like us, discover new music through it, and that to me is like wild.
I've always said it. That's always been my
so
dream with
wild.
the podcast. That if at least a couple of people found a new song or something like that. And it's sometimes bizarre too, because obviously we know some of you guys watch from the Philippines, and that's even mind-boggling on its own. But sometimes it happens that it's like, oh shit, I didn't even know this song.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, that's
Wow.
amazing. Like
Yeah.
you gave us that honor, to
Introduce you to something from your own country.
that perhaps
Yeah.
even maybe you wouldn't have given it a chance, but maybe, you know what I mean? I don't
That's
know.
right.
It's certainly odd, and
But
it's,
it feels like a true honor, and that's for sure.
This is not. I guess it doesn't come across as I'm patting my own back and I'm patting you in the back.
It's more of a sign of gratitude to your unfailing support and incredible willingness to explore the music industry with us as well. Because without your brilliant suggestions and helping us learn in the process, we wouldn't be here. That's for sure.
Yeah. So for that, I really appreciate it, and thanks. I do apologize if I was a bit off, because I don't fucking know. What's up with my neck, man?
You're not feeling well.
I feel well. It's just my stupid neck. I'm fine. Like I could actually throw hands.
But the thing is, like,
But if someone hits me here, ooh.
game
No,
over.
if they move to my left. It's actually very lucky, because I can look this way. Look.
Could you imagine if it was the other way? Like,
Oh, we're screwed. We'll have to swap. That's never happened on the channel. I don't think I've ever sat there.
no,
Ever.
this is my seat.
No, actually, I used to sit on the right.
No, you didn't. No, you
Yeah,
didn't.
on original Feature Friday episodes.
Oh, original.
Original, that's what I call them. Season 0. The season that no one will be able to watch. And it's not available everywhere. Well, we know, there may be a little bit of a backstory to close off the podcast, yeah? When Feature Friday came about, it was kind of the idea of, obviously, featuring new music all the time, but it was a very evolving idea. It took its time to grow into a little baby chicken that it is now. Because it's still a baby. It's
I
really...
think I would call it an egg.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
an egg now, not even a chicken, but it's an egg.
Okay, little egg,
It's an egg.
that I protect at all costs.
Yeah,
It's a
you
very, very
must.
soft egg.
Fragile.
Fragile egg, yes. So, but before that, when he was an embryo, I don't know. Ah!
Freaking hell, bro. I'm
When he was
afraid
an
for your life.
when he was a thingy, a small thing, it was every Friday. Bale and I would record, and we would try to make music too, featuring like other people's sort of compositions and beats and stuff like that. and sometimes people would manage to send us like their own lyrics and things like this, which was super cool to try and interpret. And it was a disaster of a show. Can I say it was fucking horrible? But it was really fun, and it was the first time in so many years where I was truly connecting again back to music, because I had invested my whole life at that point to sport and especially tennis, well, just tennis, and it was the only time where Bali and I actually got to hang out together properly.
Yeah.
Because I was always busy and away. I wasn't at home.
And it was reigniting that professional relationship that we had grown up with.
Yeah.
Again, I think that definitely was reigniting that chemistry that we had built when we were children in the industry. And it was really fun. It was really fun. And like everything else, you when you put your mind into something, you become very critical and eventually strive for something better.
It's a shit season though. Tell you that.
It was pretty bad.
So I hope those videos never make it out anyway.
I know.
But they're hilarious. If they do though, it'd be fucking hilarious.
I would laugh. I wouldn't.
But it was certainly interesting. Sometimes we watch them back to see kind of where we're at and
there's
what we should do better.
There's never progress without a beginning. So
of course. It's just mother and I. Mother were discussing that. Like she says that she always liked them, but she's also a mother.
Of course, no, of course she did.
But yeah, that's kind of how this whole thing began, and then it all began through the initiative of. It turns out there's music from all over the world.
That's right.
That we never bloody heard.
That we didn't even know about.
And then that kind of began the introduction to the Korean music industry, then the Brazilian music industry, then the French, then the Spanish was which ginormous deal in our lives now still.
It is. I think it's one of the discoveries that has marked the whole journey of Feature Friday for me. Not only because I don't know, there's a sense of magic, a sense of familiarity aspect to it that has really resonated with me in an artistic aspect. I find it really inspiring, the Spanish music industry. Their compositions are truly inspiring to me. But I have to be honest, the whole journey of discovering music from all the little corners of the world has been, or some corners of the world has been incredible. And
and then after discovering the Spanish one, there came another industry that felt very familiar, and it was the Filipino music industry, as you guys know, because you're here.
Because we're here.
And those have been probably the two that have felt oddly homely.
Yes, and I think that's where my fascination comes to with the Filipino music industry. It started with the familiarity sounding aspects of it, and it suddenly evolved into the cultural aspects of it, and then you're like, dude, the hunger to know more, to constantly learn more and discover what the whole of the music industry and the Philippines got to offer. And it's a forever giving industry, which I find to be a blessing, because it's one of those industries where you could never get enough of.
Which
and
amazing.
I'm glad there's plenty to go around, from all genres and old and new, and it's
truly
fantastic.
Very lucky too. In like, we've had the chance to speak to a few of these artists as well, and it's also slowly starting to happen from other industries, which is obviously a blessing in its own. But I'm so happy that it's, especially with the Philippines, the way it's become like with the music and what it's become at home.
Yes.
The music, because it's very hard for us to judge, like, I don't know, outside of home what it represents. But hearing it, in this small house, it means so much, because it's the music that we're singing and it's in a different language, and
it's like a home away from home.
It's crazy.
It's very hard to put it into words.
And then the most mind-blowing thing is that sometimes when I'm walking around with my mates or when I'm with ballet, it's like sometimes some of you guys come over and say like, "Oh my gosh, I just watched your YouTube video," and I was like,
Oh, that's wild.
and then I kind of forget some, and sometimes someone asked me recently, it's like, "Oh wow, how's the YouTube going? It looks amazing and stuff," and I was like,
What?
I don't know this person. I have no idea who they are.
What?
And then I just,
Oh
it's
yeah.
gone well, thank you.
How do you know about it?
And I was like, how are things going with you? Like, I don't know what to
How's
say.
the family?
So it's still very new to us, this sort of thing of especially with the YouTube, because the way we experienced it when we were younger, I guess it's what you would call mainstream TV, right? It's like, it's different.
The other thing, Efra, that I find that it's weird is that we're filming from our house.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really feel like you're seeing our living room. Like you're sitting in our house with us.
Yeah.
So I think that also takes the whole... sometimes I publish these things and I forget that the world's watching them, you know? Like I forget that there's people that are watching all of this and... so
Still at this level, it feels somewhat controlled, like
Uh-huh.
because it's not like I don't know, some of these other guys that it's like 20 million people watch one video and you're like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Or like Apple the AP, you know?
Yeah, when you're
It's
at that level, I don't know what that
I don't know
must
what
feel
that
like.
means, maybe.
But at the small little scale that we're on right now, it's
It's gratifying, I have to be honest.
But it's still-
cool.
too bizarre that then someone
It's a
on the
little
street
weird.
would like they say hi, say hello, what's your name,
Yeah,
you know? And then the other thing is
Valeska and Efra.
the freshest
yes,
bitch.
that.
And yeah, so it's certainly word for celebratory. I know it hasn't been 500,000 yet, and we don't take anything for granted. So
No,
I
certainly
guess
not.
this little conversation is just a little checkup, I guess, on you guys and
It's like,
us.
how are you doing? How are you feeling?
We barely speak about this stuff, and sometimes we
We push it down, turn it into anger.
like you should. It was right. Get on the piss, get behind the wheel. Anyways, guys,
for the
thanks so
love of
much. Do
Jesus.
tune in Feature Friday Plus. It's a very special podcast to us. It's with Apple
Yes.
the AP from Black Eyed Peas. And yeah, it'll be 12 p.m. UK time on Sunday. And apart from that, the week following to that, very cool guests as well. And the week following to that, I think a lot of people are going to be very, very happy as well with Feature Friday Plus. But this month
Let's
is very
not
exciting.
spill the beans,
No.
bro.
But it's a very exciting month for Feature Friday Plus.
It is
and
indeed.
Forever grateful for you guys.
So
Again.
tune in and watch and yeah, suggest more music. We're hearing this together. We love you all.
Peace.
Bye bye.